after the dribble. Lost the handle on it. Stolen away by Harrison Carrington. Drives all the way to the rim for the dunk, and he slams with 2 hands. 7. Driving Washington to the rim. Throw it up. Blocked away by Dak. Loose ball picked up RJ. Throw ahead. Carrington to the rim, and a slam with 2 hands. Holy cow, was that sudden. That is one of the young fellas, Harrison Carrington, with a couple of dunks. He played well, 6 points and 4 rebounds. Buffaloes come from 9 down the first half, plus 18 the second, end up winning it by 9, 75-66. Trevor Baskin joining us, voice of the boss, Mark Johnson. You nearly had a triple-double in this game. You know that? 13 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 block shots.
There we go. Yeah, I like to fill the stat sheet a little bit. I didn't know that until Coach Boyle gave me a hard time saying I didn't think I'd see you have a 7-to-1 assist to turnover ratio as a Buff. But I'm glad it happened, and hopefully it can continue to happen.
Only 1 turnover, so that worked out very well. This team did not start out well this ball game. Now, some of that is you come back from Maui, and it's kind of notorious for teams that come back and have a sluggish ball game. And I know you guys don't care about that. You got to come out and play better early in ball games.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, there was no excuse. We had 2 practices, and we addressed the Maui hangover, quote unquote, and how we can't allow that to happen. And we really got to try to take a step. And I think we let ourselves down a little bit, and definitely the fans and stuff, and ourselves. But we were able to regroup, and I thought we did a much better job of energy and just overall being a team in the second half.
Remembering this is a family show, what was the halftime tone like from Coach?
A little
intense?
It was a little intense. Yeah, it was not rainbows and butterflies. I mean, it was just There's a lot of stuff we were doing poorly, keeping guys out of the paint, fouling. There was most of their points in the first half came from the paint and from fouls. So we had to really adjust on defense and keep them from getting the shots they wanted. And I think we did a much better job of communicating and being able to make our switches and ball screen defense a lot more. It worked a lot better in the second half. I don't know. I couldn't.
I'll say this about this team. The one thing we found out, we saw it in Maui. I mean, you guys knocked off the number 2 team in the land, right? There were stretches against Michigan State, against Iowa State, where you played very well. The consistency issue with this team is what you guys are kind of focusing on, right?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, in order to be great, you have to be consistent. And we talk about the teams, Iowa State, UConn, those teams consistently, when they're on the court, they're doing their thing. They're 100% go all the time. We talked about how teams like Houston will win games by 50 and stuff like that. So we're striving to be as consistent as we can. And I think we're still a new group, and at some point that excuse has to end. But I think we're heading in the right direction in terms of being more and more consistent in each game, and we got to be able to string 40 minutes together.
All right, Saturday night, you're a Colorado kid. You know what Colorado State means, right? This will be the first time you have a chance to play in one. I know that your teammates that were here last year that told you about what happened last year, right? I mean, this is the intensity ratchets up a little bit this weekend. You guys ready for that?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, they were also the 2 schools that I was choosing from. So,
right.
So yeah, it's an extremely exciting moment, and I'm definitely gonna soak up the moment and see the crowd. And I'm sure it's gonna be a very loud event center, and I can't wait for that. But at the same time, we can't overhype ourselves up and get a little too antsy and too hyped up that we don't play at the best of our ability. I think we obviously know they're a very talented team and they're very good players, and obviously one is a former Buff. But we gotta take the challenge and be ready to go on Wednesday for practice and take one day at a time.
All right. Well, not a great start, but a nice finish, right?
Definitely.
Buffs get the victory. Trevor Baskin, nearly a triple-double, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists as the Buffs win by 9 as they knock off the Tigers of Pacific. Now, the Rocky Mountain Showdown on Hardwood coming up on Saturday night. That's a 6 o'clock game here at the Event Center.